Okay, a very good evening to you, my friends. Welcome to our program once again. This is the first program of the new quarter for us. We were off for 1 month because of the break we took, and today is the first Thursday in the month in which we started clinic. So, welcome to our program, and for those of you who are watching wherever you are, very good evening to you. And thanks for watching. Call your friends, let them tune in. You can tell them how to get on because you are on, and we will have a good audience to look at the program. That way, we can continue to grow and we can build, and you can be advising, or other persons can be advised, like you advised, as to what to do with their health and some other issues that may be minor. Sometimes we go a little out of line of the health situation, like I'm going to do now with the fact that we had uh, an election on the first of the month, and I'm trying to 1 second for me here. Good evening.
Hi, good evening. Is this Dr. In?
Yes, but I'm on a program live this afternoon. So if it's not the program, then you call back in the morning, okay?
Okay, thank
You're
you.
welcome. There's someone trying to reach the clinic, I guess. Anyhow, the same number that you would have seen on the screen there, the 231-6477 number, is a number you can call if you have a concern about your health or anything to do with things that we can probably manage or deal with while we're in the program. But like I was saying, we just had an election in Guyana on the 1st of September. We are still awaiting the final declaration, I should say. And this is on the 4th. Today's the 4th. It hasn't been released yet. I understand that we have some sort of a recount to occur or whatever, but I'm expecting that we will have the same government. I don't know at what, if it will be minority, majority, or whatever, but I have a very strong feeling that we're going to have a new opposition government in power, or opposition party in power, in not in power, in parliament, because of the numbers that we have already seen, which indicated that the new win party appears to have had more votes than the previous opposition party. So that might be a change that will occur, but we don't know. We have to all wait and see what the Guyana Elections Commission will deliver, and then we will know the facts. But those are all maybe temporary numbers that are playing around, and maybe persons who would have had some clear idea as to what is happening. But as of now, election is over. We have peaceful circumstances that are occurring at the moment, and let's hope it stays that way because that's what we need. We need peace. However, around Guyana, our next door neighbor in Venezuela, who has some dispute with Guyana on its territorial boundaries and all that, is having a little issue with the U.S. military in the ocean because they're doing some sort of a patrol regarding narcotics and all that stuff. So they're trying to clamp down on whatever the traffic is with that. So there's military out there, and at least that's what it said. And it was in the news that they would have blown up some sort of a vessel. That's in the news all over, which may have had, as it said, something to do with drugs, but we don't know. Anyhow, that is what's happening with the political side. And on the health side, we are finding an enormous amount of coronavirus persons. Yes, we've only started work back on Tuesday. Today's Thursday. Tomorrow is a holiday, by the way. Tomorrow is Friday. and it's a holiday tomorrow in Guyana. Has to do with with the Muslim religion, and as a result of that, there's a it's a national holiday. We normally would in Guyana acknowledge the different religious holidays, and this just happens to be one tomorrow. So there's no basic work tomorrow. The clinic is not working tomorrow, and most other institutions are not working tomorrow because of the holiday. But it's not a bad. It didn't fall in a bad time because, like I said, we just had the election and we were waiting for declaration, and it's a good maybe it's a good timing that it happened so we can have at least one day and then the weekend to try to sort out all the election matters, and hopefully next week, early in the week, or maybe over the weekend, we may know all about who will take office and who will be in the opposition and whatever else. So I wanted to bring you up to date on that for those of you who are not aware, but that's to do with that. But getting back to the health side, we're finding since we started, but even before we stopped and paused for August, we were finding like an upsurge in persons having um, been detected with the coronavirus in a bad way, and they're not aware of it. What we're finding is that the persons who are really not aware of it are or have been vaccinated or have been somehow by proxy been vaccinated, and they're not recognizing some of the symptoms, even though they have some, they're not recognizing some. So we're having a tough situation here, not knowing really who has what when it comes to the viruses. Okay. There is also a serious situation here with dengue. We have dengue, we have corona, we have election, we have so much going on here. But what I'm going to say to you is that uh, pray for the country, pray for the people in the country, pray for the leadership, and hope that they do what is in the best interest of the country and the people when it comes to whatever they're going to be doing regarding elections, regarding the health situation with the coronavirus and dengue fever. I will say to you that you need to focus on enhancing your immune system more. Many of you don't understand what that means. It means then that you need to ensure that you supplement in your daily routine, supplement with an antioxidant like vitamin C or zinc, mineral zinc, vitamin C, and other types of enhancement that can bring your immune system to a level where you can fight or you can have a system that is fighting for you. Because if your immune system is very weak, then your defense is very weak. And if by chance someone comes around you with a condition that can be transmitted and you're exposed, then because of the weak immune system, you too can become afflicted with that condition. Okay, so I think it's very important that you understand how important your immune system is and what is required for you to protect yourself, including, and I left mine, I took mine off already, including the fact that I am suggesting this, it's not mandated by anyone in the country, in the health ministry, but I am suggesting that in crowds or in the midst of persons, or if you go into the hospital or maybe the nursing home or a healthcare facility, that you wear a N95 mask. Wear an N95 mask so that if there is some virus that is out there, and it's not just corona, you can actually protect yourself to a certain level. Okay, so get yourself equipped with mask, and I would suggest that you put them on in situations where you're going to be encountering other persons because of the fact that you don't know their status. All right, don't take this lightly because it can get bad. It can get bad, and we don't want it to get that way because we don't need to go into another crisis. Okay, we don't need another crisis. Um, there's some other findings that have already been realized in our new beginning of the last quarter of the year in our medicine, in our clinic. Um, we're finding that there are persons who are having cancer conditions. Cancer, yes, cancer, and um, they're not aware that it exists, or they have been detected with cancer and are looking for a second opinion. We've been having that. Okay. And some persons are, are aware that they've been detected as having some sort of cancer. And when they come to the clinic, they're coming without stating that they've been detected. And when we detect the cancer, then they admit that, okay, I've had some screening done and I was told that I had some, some level of cancer or whatever it is. So it is best to be honest. If you've been screened and you've been told that there is a condition that exists, it is best that when you come here, you say it, tell us. At least we will note it and we will double check to make sure that it exists or not. And if it does exist, where else it might exist. Because normally when you screen for cancer at the institutions out there in the labs, they may say yes. If it's breast, they may say yes, you'll be detected with breast cancer. If it's your prostate, they'll say prostate. If it's your uterus, they'll say uterine, right? But they will give you a report as to that factor. But when you come here and you screen, and when you come in to screen and you do indicate to us that you have this condition noted by the institution that you came from, what we will do is to double check, to acknowledge that it exists, and then we will check further to see if it exists anywhere else. We have the ability to do that. If it does, if the cancer does exist in other parts, and sometimes we can even tell you where it started, you know. So we have the ability to really get to the bottom of things, in other words. And sometimes we find persons don't believe it because of the easy way of us being able to detect those things. They sometimes will have doubts, but I would suggest that you don't, because it's your body. When you screen here and we connect the devices to your body, we are extracting information from your body system and comparing it to a perfect body system. So when we see conditions in you, it is what your imperfections are that is being reported to us, and then we report it to you. You see? So I would suggest to you that you don't doubt it, because it's guaranteed accurate in the world 96% in diagnosis and treatment. The problem we have with some persons is that they don't believe it. They just say, okay, well, whatever. And they go about their business, and the next thing you know, they're either become a victim or they've gotten more worse. And then they would come back, and then we have to try, and sometimes we succeed and sometimes we don't. But when you find all of these things, my friends, it is not because we want to uh, to say something to you that will cause you to have to take treatment here or anywhere else. It's because we're being honest with what is happening with your body system, and you should believe it. I'm saying to you that you should believe it. What are people saying? Because people don't know how we do what we do here, many of them, and they go say all sorts of things, and they're just peddling rumors or nonsense. Okay? The device we use have been around for over 45 years. It's used in every major hospital in Europe. It is the only one that's here in Guyana that I'm aware of, only one of its kind. There are other things that are around. I will tell you that there are other things that are wrong because when persons come to us sometimes say, "Oh, we've done this before," but then when we screen them and they see what is being done, they say, "No, no, no, no. I thought it was the same, but it's different. It's really different. It's not the same." Okay, we use frequencies that exist in your body system, compare it to a perfect frequency, and the imperfections that we discover are as a result of your body's frequencies or of the organs being off. It's not functioning properly, and you will know it sometimes. So when you get the results, my friends, believe it. And then when you're told that you should try to avoid certain things that are also in line with what has been detected, you should follow that too, because that is the foundation of recovery, to avoid what has caused or contributed to your problem in the first place. Okay, I'm giving you lessons today because I think some of you need to be educated. You need to understand that this body function has particular frequencies. All of your organs have particular frequencies in which they work together in synchronization with the other organs. In other words, it's almost like a vehicle. All right. And those of you familiar with the way vehicles work, you can understand this. Or even a bicycle, I can use a bicycle as an example. You know, um, if you have a bicycle, we go down to the bicycle because the vehicle might complicate some of you. And you know the bicycle has two wheels, it has two pedals, it has some bicycles have one wheel, by the way. Okay. It has two wheels, but the average one has two wheels, two pedals, even though you could have one with one pedal because another one is broken. It works with a chain or some device that propels the bicycle. Right? Now, if the rotation of the chain that turns that big um, gear, if the rotation is off, then your chain is going to slip. Or if the chain is too long, it will slip. We call chain slipping. If the teeth is broken, the chain might jerk a little bit. But that is all happening because there is a fault in the entire mechanism. It is not true. It is not normal. It is not all in the right order. So if anything goes out of order, even on a bicycle, you can have irregularities of the function of the bicycle. It's the same thing happens with your body system. Your body system works with frequencies that are in synchronization with each organ's frequencies. Okay, your liver has a particular frequency, your kidney, your gallbladder, your colon, your rectum, your penis, your vagina, your uterus, your ovaries, all have specific frequencies by which they work. And when they are in synchronization with each other, where all the frequencies are matching the required frequencies, then you become a healthy human. You're healthy. You have no headaches, no dizziness. You can function without a problem. But if the frequency of any of those organs is off, if the frequency is off, then it interferes with the other organ's frequency. If it's in your reproductive organs and the frequency of the ovary is off, then you could have painful period, you can have pain in your abdomen, if it's the right or left side, you can have vaginal discharges, you can have a number of things happening because the frequency of one particular organ in that reproductive system is off as a result of a virus, an infection, a bacteria, or something that caused that organ's frequency to go off. So what you have to do now, when you come here to the clinic where we are, I don't know about anywhere else, but when you come here, we connect the devices to you and run a screening to detect the disease that exists in your body at whichever organ it exists. It may be that organ that has the disruption or the disrupted frequency as a result of an infection could also cause, for instance, in your ovaries, it can cause a disruption in the uterus. It can cause a disruption in the fallopian tube. It can cause a disruption in your breast because it's all part of your reproductive system. You see? So when we screen you, we don't just screen you where the problem is or where it exists. We screen your entire body because it is important to understand that each organ that exists in your body has to be in synchronization with the other organs for you to have perfect health. Okay? So it's not anything that has to do, we don't just I mean we can do it, but we just don't screen you for that one organ that has a problem. That is the reason why it takes so long. It takes about an hour and a half on the average, or an hour, depending on the level of the problem and where it exists and all that. Okay? Now, what we're finding that is happening with many persons also is that even your simple foods that you eat that possess or contain chemicals or mycotoxins can contribute to your problems. They can contribute to your frequencies in your body being off. For instance, mercury can do it, lead, um, microelements, aflatoxins, mycotoxins, any of those, even the chemicals that are used in the farms, even the chemicals that are used in the produce that you consume, that you cook. And it's not easy to get rid of those chemicals that have been used in the farming process. People think that you could just wash them off. It's not so easy. It's not so easy because when you spray those plants, whatever plant it is, whatever vegetable or whatever seasoning or whatever it is you spray those chemicals onto, they go into the leaves, they go into the stems, they go into the roots, and they get into the plants. It could be your pak choy, it could be your tomato, it could be your belange, it could be your okra, anything. You cannot wash those things off that easy. So when you consume those foods, especially if it's raw, like lettuce and tomatoes and cucumbers, if those are interfered with chemical wise by the farmers, and they're not allowed to manifest themselves out because of the time that they use to spray and the time that they use to reap, those chemicals will be in your vegetables. And when you think that you can wash them out, not so. They're in there. So when you consume that, my friends, when you consume that and you digest and absorb the nutrients from that particular vegetable, if it's lettuce, cucumber, belange, whatever it is, whatever is in that vegetable, you're going to absorb it into your system, including the chemicals that were used. Don't let nobody fool you, including the chemicals that were used. And those chemicals can contribute to your demise. They can. They can cause you to have serious issues. They can and will interfere with your central nervous system and will create all sorts of different problems. We see that all the time here. So when you come here to screen, we also screen you to see if there are toxic elements existing in you. And if they do, we will find them. The good thing is that we have the ability by the same device to make what we call an antidote. An antidote, when you take it, it will help the body to remove whatever it is that chemical is or whatever it is that toxic matter is. Okay? So don't think that you can just wash it away. You just can't wash it away. Not so easily. Not so easily. Right? That is the reason why I plead with you. I beg you to grow your own. Grow your own. We're not trying to hurt the farming or the farmers market or the farmers. But in growing your own, you will know what you did to your vegetable. You will know if you put anything inside, what it is that you put, if you're going to put anything. So it's important that you try very hard. Get those buckets, get those pots you don't use anymore, get those containers, get the tires, and make them neat in your yard. If it's concrete, don't tell me you can't grow anything because you got concrete. Put them neat in the yard, put soil in there, and plant your own foods. Because when you plant, you reap your own foods. You save money by reaping your own. You don't have to go to the market. I could show you, I could show you produce that I reap from my own yard without any chemicals. Any chemicals. None. And all you have to do is to nurture the plants. I didn't even put anything to make them get green or turn to anything. The sun does that, the rain does that, and the care that you use with them does that. Now I gotta tell you that some of you can't plant anything because your fingers and you don't have the you don't have what your chemical composition in your body does not match chemical compositions of the plants that you want to put in your yard, and sometimes they wouldn't grow. The people who just can't plant anything. If they touch your vegetable, they spoil. They wither. There's some people who, as we say, they blight. You don't want them to touch your plants. But you need to begin to adopt the growing factor. And I'm thinking that I will establish a competition. I'm drinking some coconut water if you want to know. I'll establish a competition at some point where we will put out there some sort of a prize or some sort of some factor that will reward you for your efforts in growing to feed yourself. Because I think people need to be motivated to do certain things. And your disease is not motivating you enough. So we need to find another mechanism to try to motivate you to do what is best for your health. I will tell you that I don't know how much longer that I will be working to take care of many of you. I don't know. I've been doing this now since 1993. I've been treating persons since 1993. You count the years. I've been teaching you since 1996 on television, live most times, or you get replays that I've done to teach you what to do to prevent yourself from becoming sick. You think it's normal to be sick? It's not normal to be sick. It's like I told many of you women, many of you who were listening to me, that those discharges that you get when you have when you go about your business on a daily basis, those discharges, those vaginal discharges, those whites, those green, those yellow, they are signs that are indicating to you that you have problems. Don't let anybody fool you. There are doctors who are fooling you to tell you it's normal. Well, I challenge any of them to prove that it's normal. It is not normal to have any discharge except your ovulation, your menstruation, and vaginal secretions from sexual activity. Okay? Moisture, a little bit of moist, yes, it's normal. But discharges, no, it's not normal. It is something that has gone wrong that needs to be corrected. And I ask the question, all the time I ask the question, if the doctor tells you, any doctor, I don't care who it is, that your discharge is normal, ask them, if it's a female, are you having one also? If she says yes, then she also needs to see a doctor because it's not normal. And then you're told that The vagina is cleaning itself. I'm spending some time on this because it leads to something very serious. You're told that the vagina is cleaning itself by many physicians. Let me tell you something. You don't clean down there and you allow it to clean itself like that. Trust me, you're going to be walking around with people looking back to see who you are because you're going to have an odor after a while. So you better clean it yourself. It's not cleaning itself when the discharge is coming out. It is letting you know that something is wrong. And then they're told that it's normal for a woman, right? It's normal for a woman to have a discharge. Doctors are telling you that. And you have friends who are telling you that. Even the internet tells you that because I saw it on there. If it's normal for a woman to have it, why does not every woman have it? Why not? It irritates me to believe that there are physicians, doctors, credible medical practitioners who are telling women that the vagina that cleans itself from the discharges that you get, that smells sometimes. Some discharges have odors. Some of them are green. Some are yellow. Huh? Some have blood inside of them. And you have a doctor, a professional who's supposed to be a physician, saying to you that it's normal when you walk around with a stench in your underwear. And you believe it because you would think that the doctor should know what they're saying to you. But I'm saying to you, get yourself looked at because those discharges are a precursor to something more serious. It's your body's way of saying to you that you better get looked at because something is happening on the inside. Okay? Eventually, you're going to start getting pains. And eventually, you're going to start having all sorts of issues until it is discovered that you have cancer somewhere in your reproductive system. And then it's going to be late because then they want to take out your reproductive system, cut out all your organs, and put you on chemotherapy or radiation. And then you have no more ability to make children or to have your reproductive organs in you. And then guess what? It's not done yet. It's not done there when they take it out. It'll come somewhere else because it's in you. Your reproductive organs are part of your body system. Breast cancer, uterine cancer, ovarian cancer, cervical cancer. You think it's just happening normally? No. It's like the man in prostate cancer. It's not normal. Every man is not going to have it. There's a reason why the men get prostate cancer too. And it's linked to the same type of thing. So if a man is being detected with prostate enlargement or prostatitis or prostate cancer, guess what? It's the beginning of something to come. So you two men need to get yourself looked at. And if you go to your physician and they can't tell you why, then you need to come here. So we can tell you why. And I'm not ashamed to say it, many persons come here in the end after they've been told that nothing is wrong with you or it's normal to have that. I am also sick and tired of hearing persons say to me that they went to their doctor and the doctor told them that nothing is wrong with them. Here's a person who is having bleeding or pain, serious excruciating pain. Here's a person who can't sleep, a person who's having heart palpitation, a person who is having constipation, a person who is bleeding continuously. All of these things and a whole lot more. And they go to the doctor, and the doctor says, you know what? It's a hormone problem. Nothing is wrong with you. I've actually had this week, and it's incredible. I've actually had this week someone who said to me that the doctor told her that she needs to stop studying Yes, this is a young woman in school who was told by a physician that she needs to stop studying because she's having continuous headaches. Imagine that. She needs to stop studying. Is that what you tell someone who's having a headache continuously? It's better for you to say, you know what, I can't find what is wrong with you that's causing you a headache. I think you should seek your help somewhere else. Or go to recommend a physician or someplace than to tell the person that nothing is wrong with them. This is somebody who's having a pain. They can't go to school. They can't even open their eyes and look at the light. And you telling them that they have to stop studying and then the headache will go away? What nonsense is that? I actually had that happen this week. And then when we screened the person, we found out all the reasons why the headache is there and everything else is there. Come on, man. What kind of physicians we have out there? Is that what they taught you? They certainly didn't teach me that. It is easy for you to say to someone, look, you know what? I understand that you have your problem. But right now, at the point where we are, based on what we have to work with, we are unable to find what is causing your problem. I would suggest that you seek further help somewhere. Say that. It's okay to say it. Because if you tell them that there's nothing wrong with them and they come here and we find everything is wrong with them and we treat them and they're okay, they should come back to you and tell you what was wrong with them. We encourage people to do that, but I don't think they do it as often as they should. That when the doctor tells you nothing is wrong with you and you know you're sick, here's someone who's having a pain, serious pain, and they come. And all you do is give him Tylenol or aspirin or something like that. And when that wears out, the pain is there. And then you're going to tell them, oh, it's okay, you just need to rest. Find out why the pain is there. And for those of you who are diagnosing, if you drive a car and you're hearing a knock in your engine, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Or when you park your vehicle at night, or whenever you park it, and you reverse in the next time you drove it, and you look down on it, you see oil all over the ground. What are you going to do? Or when you're driving and you see lights coming on your dashboard and it says engine and they're blinking and they're telling you to get your vehicle serviced, what are you going to do? Are you not going to take it to the mechanic or take it to the place where they can inspect it and see what is wrong with it? Or are you going to keep driving it? If you keep driving it, eventually it'll crash on you. It will just cut out and burn, or it'll stop working, and then you have to get a new engine or you have to get something. But unfortunately, with us humans, maybe we can replace body parts now. I heard that last night. I heard two serious men of the world talking about replacing body parts. Maybe we're going to start doing that to people. Well, it's happening already. We're actually doing that already. But I can't see you, unless you have a arsenal of body parts that can interchange easily. When one doesn't work, you screw it off, or you surgically remove it and put on back another one. I don't know. Maybe we're heading there. Maybe we're heading there. By the way, I just want to say to you that if you have a problem and you want to maybe hear something, have a view as to what it might be, you can call. You can call me on 231-6477, and I will try my best to answer. And if I can't, I'll just tell you, I'm not able to find what is happening at this time. But you can call and we can discuss it and see if we can come up with an answer. What might be causing your problems? Okay, that's free advice for you. You don't have to pay for that, but you have to call on the program. All right. But there's a crazy world out there. It really is a crazy world out there, where there are people who profess to be physicians, and then they call me all kind of names. They don't know what I did, where I studied, what I possess, but because they learn of what we do, They assume who I am. But I've been around a long time. I've been around before some of you were born. I've been working with sick people before some of you have been born or even thought of. Okay? It's not that I know everything, I'm learning every day. And I still have a vast amount of knowledge to receive. I'm still open to knowledge. I'm always learning. Some of you need to open your mind so you can learn instead of behaving as if you know everything. You know, some of you actually believe you know everything. Believe it or not. I also wish that some of you physicians out there would listen to the person when they come. Listen more. You know what I was taught in medical school? And this is where I did medical school that I went to, okay, in Ohio. You know what we were told? We were told that if you listen to the patient or person long enough, they will tell you what caused their problem that they have, how it started, and what they need to do to get rid of it. If you listen to them long enough, they will give you their diagnosis themselves. I'm telling you, because I try that with them. I do that quite often. When persons come to me with issues, I would ask them, when did it start? They tell me when it started. What were you doing when it started? They tell me what they were doing. Do you remember what you did before this thing started, whatever it is, before it began that happened to you? Do you remember what you had to eat or drink or what you did? And they will tell you. They will tell you. And what they're doing there is helping you to diagnose them. And sometimes they diagnose themselves because it happens a lot. It happened this afternoon. Oh, you know what, doc? I remember doing this. Because before I did this, nothing like that was happening to me. Some of you physicians need to listen more. Listen to the sick person who come into your office or your path. And don't send them away, making them feel that you corrected or you helped them to correct what is wrong when you didn't even know what is wrong with them. We need better humanitarians, people who really genuinely care about helping others. We need that. We need more of that. We need to also teach more disease prevention. We need to teach more, and you, the person, need to practice more disease prevention. Because some of you, for the most part, contribute to your diseases. You contribute to it. You eat all the wrong things, you drink all the wrong things, you do all the wrong things. Some of you eat and drink at the same time. Terrible mistake. Terrible mistake. Some of you eat late, eat heavy, and go to bed. Terrible mistake. Some of you eat foods that are burning your mouth. Terrible mistake. Not only with pepper, with heat. Some of you are told that you must drink hot tea in the morning. Terrible mistake. Terrible mistake. This is not to say that you must not heat the tea. Heat the water. Give us a tea bag. Put the tea bag in the water. Extract from the tea bag what is in the tea bag. Okay, if it's a tea bag. And drink it when it's body temperature or warm, not steaming hot. Nothing begins to digest in your body system until it becomes body temperature. I'm telling you that. Nothing begins to digest in your body system until it becomes body temperature. So if you eat it steaming hot or drink it steaming hot, you're destroying your system on the way down to the stomach. Some of you, when you finish eating, all your mouth is scorched on the inside. Yes. So we contribute sometimes to our own demise. We contribute to our own problems. And we need to understand that our body system sometimes, the body system sometimes warns us that we're going the wrong way. Like the light on the dashboard in your vehicle, it comes on and says heat or overheating or engine or light or something, tire pressure, whatever it is. Sometimes I think that the vehicles they're smarter than us, you know, and they can teach us a lot because when those lights come on, you're going to look to pull up into the near service station, scared that the engine will break up or blow up or burn or something. Well, do the same thing with your body system. When you get the warnings, take heed. Don't just ignore them. When things begin to happen to you that are unusual, that are not normal, that you're accustomed to on a regular basis, take heed. What is it that I did that caused this to happen? What is it? What could have caused this? And reverse the process. Don't repeat it. If it's giving you trouble, don't repeat it. Some of you, and I'm not ashamed to say it, when you pass gas, it's like if somebody died. Stench. It's telling you something. Some of you cannot even take your own scent that comes out of your mouth. You can't even take the scent that comes out of your rear end when you pass gas. You can't take it. It's your body sending a message to you that something is rotten in there. Something you did spoiled in there, fermented, rotted. You need cleansing. You need to remove it, get it out, change what you did to cause that to happen. You need to start doing your own self diagnosis. Seriously, learn to be conscious of the signs and symptoms that shows up on your body system. Be conscious of them and take action immediately. Because if you continue, my friends, you'll end up visiting the hospital or a clinic or our office or dead. Seriously. Okay, I was just told I got 8 minutes more. So if you're going to call, you need to call. If you're not going to call and you want to listen, just listen. It's fine. Some of you call in the morning or you call, you're afraid to call because you think somebody's going to know your voice. Listen, when you have a crisis, don't be ashamed to let the physician know what's happening with you. We will listen. We're not the ones that don't listen. We will listen. And we try to find the causes. We leave the symptoms alone and deal with the causes. We don't plug the fuse out. We don't out the symptoms. If it's excruciating pain or discomfort or a state in which you can't bear it, we're not going to torture you by allowing it. We will do something to help to ease it while we work on helping to remove it. By the way, I have to slip this one in. Many of you depend on the medication to heal you. You depend on the drugs. You depend on the medicines, whatever it is to heal you. Wrong. Nobody can heal you. The only person that can heal you is not here on earth. This body has to heal itself. Dr. Haynes don't heal nobody. Doctor Who don't heal no one. Dr. God can heal you. What we do, what I do, we try to facilitate the body's ability to heal itself because that's what has to happen. The body has to heal itself. There's no physician out there under normal circumstances who can heal you. The only thing that happens, and we've done many of those, if you're constipated and you can't have a bowel movement, when you come here, and we're going to start doing them again, we put you through the colonic process. We extract what's blocking your anus and your colon. We remove it, and then you're freed. You have emotion almost immediately because you have it while we're doing the process. While the procedure is going on, you will be allowed the matter that's in you trapped will come out. That's one way. The next way is the adjustments to the spine. When we do, many persons would have come through here with spinal problems, with pain in their backs and all that. They can't even stand up straight. And they walk out of here doing jumping jacks and sit-ups and everything within minutes. But that's because we do the adjustment that realigns the spine. Those are situations where you get the magical healing, and we do them. But when it comes to your internal illnesses, chances are it takes time, it takes some help from maybe some medicines or supplements, and it allows the body to naturally eliminate whatever causes it to go bad and brings about the healing. True healing will take some time. True healing takes time. So you have to allow some time to let the medicines actually work with the body system to bring about the healing. Okay? There's no quick fix, my friends, except for those that I mentioned to you. Sometimes some people come to us with a neck they can't turn. They got to turn the whole body to turn the neck. Well, we do a procedure here and we correct that almost instantly, and they're able to turn their necks. Those are quick fixes that can happen. But under normal circumstances, the body takes time to heal itself. Okay? So don't let nobody fool you. Don't let nobody fool you. There's several things I discussed today that should wake up some of you to understand quite a bit about what happens, what causes conditions, what procedures you need to go through to correct them, what not to be fooled with. You know, sometimes I feel sad for women because they're convinced by I don't want to say quacks out there. They're convinced by physicians out there that their conditions are normal. And in the end, these same women end up with conditions that take their lives, all because of a misinformed situation. But I'm warning you, women, I'm warning you. If you are the sound of my voice and you're a woman and you know of women who are having vaginal discharges, please let them know it's not normal. Even if it's you, it's not normal. It can take you down a path of destruction. Okay? Many men out there, many men, many of you men are out there infecting the woman with your STDs. And you yourself, as a man, don't even know you have one. And then you go to the labs, and because your condition has been dormant, you had it a long time, and the parameters are set where you can't detect it, you think, oh, I went to the lab and everything is okay. Okay. So why did she end up with an STD? Where she got it from? And some of you men would say, oh, she had it, she must have got it from somebody else. Is you have a dormant one and you pass it to her. You're wondering why you're having problems with your prostate? Well, you can use your common sense. You should be able to know by now. Okay? You wonder why you're having discharges? Use your common sense. I just gave you a clue. You should know by now. Many of you women are out there walking around with STDs or STIs, sexually transmitted infections, and you have no clue. And the parameters in the labs are set so high that they don't detect it until it's too late. See, we're going to continue in this topic because it's a very, very, it's a crucial topic. It's critical, and um, it needs to be addressed. Now, I want to quickly run something by you when it comes to dormant situations. Okay, when we say dormant, what we mean is that you've had a condition so long that the symptoms that should exist have disappeared. They're no longer there. The condition has become a part of you, and you don't display the symptoms that tells you that you have a problem until it takes an effect on another organ or on the particular organ, in this case your prostate, your urinary system, right? You begin to have problems with pain in your pelvis, and you're wondering why am I having this pain in my pelvis? And then you begin to develop problems with your prostate. Why? You begin to develop infertility problems. You can't get children. Why? Most of the times, if not all the time, it has to do with a dormant STI that exists in you that is destroying your sperms. And then when you have intercourse with that woman, you transmit that dormant situation into her, and she develops it. And guess what happens to her? She now begins to destroy her eggs. You see? All because of a dormant condition that can be transmitted. Not because it's dormant, it means it can't be transmitted. It's in your system, it's in your semen, it's in your blood. Sometimes, in many instances, when we find dormant STIs in people, we find them located in other areas that it shouldn't be, in your kidney, in your pelvis, in your kidney, in your stomach, in your spleen, in your lymphatic system. Yes, those STIs move because they're there, they're creating issues in your body. And guess what? There's only one body you have, you know. This is not a vehicle where you could change parts, at least not yet. The same blood that passes by your prostate, it's the same blood that flows and runs by your kidney and your liver and your gallbladder and your lymphatic system. The same blood. The same blood passes through your brain and affects your eyes. Do you know STDs can give you blindness? Will cause you to go blind? Yes. Do your research. Instead of spending time playing games on your phone, check it. Do your research. Don't go on YouTube and ask the question. Google and search. Go to the health department on your phone and search. Spend time doing that. If you suspect that you have any condition that could be creating problems for your body, don't go on YouTube, because a lot of YouTubers are just, they're billing numbers. Some are genuine, but most of them are not. Go on Google. You have a better chance of getting the truth there. All right? Now, I know time is up, and I want to thank you for looking, for listening, but you didn't participate. You're frightened to call, some of you. But I know we'll get the calls. If you want to come by and visit us, we're at 72 Queen Street, Kitty, in Georgetown, and our number is 231-6477. We work from Tuesday to Friday by appointments for the most part, even though we have had quite a bit of people who just walk in and come. And we are on the internet, and I'm on every Thursday between 6 and 7. You can find me also on, I think it's YouTube. You could find us on there. We on the internet. We online, and you can go to Dr. Joseph Haynes. Just put it on YouTube or Google it, and you'll find me, and you can find all of our programs, including this one. It's broadcast live also, and soon enough we'll be on Facebook, I think. Not sure, but you can also find us on Channel 2. On Channel 2 between 6 and 7 every Thursday. All right. Thanks to my operators. Thanks to the viewers. Appreciate everything. Um, take care of yourselves. Okay. God bless you. Good night.